everybody. Thank you for clicking on this video. And I do apologize for my absence from YouTube, even though I have a very small channel. I don't think it's that big of a deal for most people, but but I do apologize for the break. It's been a month, and that's what I want to talk about. Is it seems like everybody I know is going through crazy stuff. Um, so I don't want to swear on YouTube. So instead of saying the word, I'll say we're all going through shift. And that helps to put a better perspective on it, I think, too. Long story short, I've had 3 family members die in the last month. 2 of them were parents, and well, not me and my husband and I. So my mother-in-law and my father were included in those 2 people, and it's been really hard to get back to normal. And I just want to come on here and say that because so many people are going through so much stuff like this, maybe not physical deaths, but seems like we're all going through deaths of some part of our life or part of ourselves, or something needs to be let go of so that something new can be brought in. And I want to remind you that life is not punishing you. God is not punishing you. What we're going through now, I believe, from what I've learned and what feels right to me, is that we're going through this process of heart opening, so that life is drawing things to us that will allow us to release a lot of stored old grief and negative emotions from our heart, so that we can bring in more light onto the planet. So as we draw these things to us, it's kind of like, the cracks are where the light gets in. So our hearts are being cracked open so that we can release all this old stuff that we've been holding on to for lifetimes and bring in more light that will actually serve us in the planet. So it's also showing us the truth of who we are, which is light beings. We're just in a human outfit right now. And so these experiences will hopefully show you who you really are, what you're made of. And I'm crying because I've experienced that recently, and it's been really hard. This is not easy, but it's necessary. And I want you to know that you're not alone and that you are not being punished. This is to serve us, even though it is really difficult. And remember also that I like to think of the analogy of an arrow being drawn back. You've probably heard this before. It's not new. But an arrow has to be drawn back in order to shoot forward and move forward. So I think a lot of us are in this pullback phase. And oops, there's my robot vacuum decided to come to the video. So hopefully you can't hear that, but if you do, I'm sorry. Yeah, so we're being pulled back, and it feels like all the work we've done maybe has been pointless, or we feel like 2 steps forward. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I still have a little brain fog. So there's that perspective to look at it too. And I also, for some reason, this analogy came to me once. It's not very, I don't know, it's kind of vulgar, but it drives the point home. But you know how when you have a burp and you hold it back, or maybe you get one of those really weird ones that pops up that hurts really bad and it's stuck in your heart area, kind of. Um, you know how good it feels when it finally comes up and releases. This is what we're this is what we're being called to do, is release all this pain that we've carried with us. And so experiences may come to us that will cause us to finally feel this pain instead of holding it back constantly. So as a result, you may, if you actually let yourself feel these negative feelings, you know, they're not negative. They're just feelings we don't like to feel. When you finally let yourself feel them, then it feels like a weight has been lifted off of you, and you will hopefully be able to shine that much brighter after releasing all that, and hold more light and be more of your higher self. And that's what we are here to do, is bring more of our higher selves into these physical bodies. And so I hope that if you are going through shift, that you come to this place where you're so much better off and you realize it was all worth it. And I send you all some love and hope you can find some peace in what you're going through. Thank you for watching.